We knew this day would come, but knowing and experiencing are two very different things. This morning I received the report. A routine mission, standard engagement tactics, well-trained operatives, one killed in action. The first name etched into the wall, Troublemaker. Records say he was a combat veteran rescued in early 2047 and fitted with mil-spec implants. He had difficulty integrating with other operatives and was reprimanded on 2 occasions for improper use of networks. The name suited him, and now it's carved into stone.
Oh, Troublemaker. Shot in the head with automatic fire.
A loss is a loss, but this feels heavier. And not just because he was our first, but because death, it seems, is not the end. The Pandorans don't follow our rules. To them, the body is just another resource, another tool for their creeping corruption. And so, against all natural order, Troublemaker lives up to his name once more. His form was sighted among the enemy ranks, reshaped and twisted into something unholy. Not resurrected, not returned, claimed. They have stolen our dead, and they remind us that there is no escape, only conversion, unless we fight. Would you like to know more? Do your part, hit the subscribe button, and show your dedication to Phoenix Point. We have an issue. A mimic. Troublemaker. In a fish form. Welcome back to Phoenix Point, terror from the void. And it seems that the Pandorans never failed to surprise us. We are a fair way into this campaign, and we've got incoming. Just lost our first soldier. And but one mission later, the Pandorans have fielded him back at us as a mimic who now offers resistance to other Pandorans, in this case, against paralyzation. Now our first order of business is to capture this disgusting abomination that dares to take on the form of our fallen friend. We don't know if it is actually him or just some fiendish taunt of the Pandorans trying to sap our will. I would like to think that it is just a case of some psychic feedback or something where they've sensed the death and they're just trying to mess with our brains. If they've somehow gained access to his genome and are actively cloning him, well, that is a whole other kettle of fish. He's offering 50% resistance to paralyzation, and I don't have a team here built for capture. I think we have a couple of new razors. Yeah, Adela has a new razor. And I guess we could try to mind control it. But this will take about 10 hits. More than 10 hits. To secure the paralyzation and give us enough time to clear this infested base. Now this base is one that I activated. It was in the mist, and so the Pandorans have already moved in. I am hoping the infestation isn't quite as bad as what we experienced at Phoenix Forward Command in the early stages of the campaign. But just in case, we're going to take it very easy. And I guess our main concern is to capture this Revenant of Troublemaker. And the irony of the name is not lost on me. Of course, the guy named Troublemaker comes back after death to be a thorn in our sides. He's only a Triton, though, so he's not a huge threat. But that is a cool, nice touch. That is not something that you see in vanilla. This is a Terror from the Void feature. Alright, so we're just going to set fire to the base again. That proved to be the most effective way to clear an infested base. And we have Acherons everywhere. They're going to spray the armadillo with acid. And I think we're going to use the big boom on them next turn. Trying to use grenades on us. The Acheron, marching through the napalm, has burned his arms, legs, and head off. That is pretty good outcome. And he's given himself 80 bleed damage in the process. The fire is raging. I think acid worms are susceptible to fire. So we got marked for death and then hit with reaction fire. That sucks. Did a fair amount of damage to the rear section of the armadillo. There is a fireworm in the fire. That is a concern for our infantry. The armadillo doesn't care. Perhaps we should move down the corridor and try and hit this mind fragger and foes. I don't think the mind fragger can get through without dying. And we need a little bit of time here for Adela to zap this thing into submission. More than halfway there. Alright, our friend B2. Oh, we should use the spider drones actually. That might be a good idea. Okay, B2. We could take out the Acheron, standing behind the armadillo to protect us from that Arthron fire. B2 now has a lovely yellow and blue uniform. Oh, double kill with a shotgun. B1, his brother, similarly dressed. Now I have a feeling if I stack my infantry up, they'll lob grenades over the top, so I'll try to keep them separated. Norik, can you mind control an Acheron? I'm not sure. We could mind control this mimic. Troublemaker mimic. I mean, he's not too scary. He's got a little bit more health than a standard Triton by the look of it. But if you were actually trying to capture a lot of Pandorans, that would be a really bad thing to have him bring to the table. I wonder what other types of resistances they could offer. I wonder what type of Pandorans they can become. Is it just Tritons and Arthrons? Like Umbra? We'll have to find out, I guess.
I'm on the move.
Or do we have to lose another soldier to get one? I guess all these things will be answered. Alright, we captured ourselves a fireworm. Adela will be able to finish off that mimic next turn and then join the fight. Blow up the fireworm. That Arthron there is calling reinforcements. There's not much we can do about it though. It's a very cozy fire we have here raging away in the headphones.
Already on it.
Just block that little passageway so nothing can charge through there unless they shoot the spider drone. Or they could just blow it up. Double shot there from B1. The Acheron doesn't have much room to move, and he's burned his arms off. Troublemaker Mimic has dropped a lot of mist, unable to do anything with 2 actions. Let's capture him now. Put him out of his misery if it really does turn out to be a conscious ex-friend. We can't mind control him, it seems, despite having enough willpower. Spider drone, come in here. Blow these up. Right. We blew off the head, and that removed his fire immunity. Let him make his move, and then we'll double shot him. B2 here could move to put some fire on one of these skirmishers, but it would mean moving through the fire. So best using the vehicle to do that. Smashed it. Shot in the tail, but we have enough to kill it. Alright, fire really is great. B2 put some damage in. We could almost kill it. It'll die from bleeding and fire next turn. No need for the overwatch. We might go the top level so we can avoid all this fire and make sure no one's trying to flank us. The infiltrator will be the best bet for that. And there's only one way to the hangar. This is not a very built-up base. So B2 will accompany Lynn. And if we're lucky, nothing will be up that other corridor. It'll just be the hangar to deal with. Get back here. Alright, now it's secure. Oh, that's the end of the mission. Fantastic. We captured ourselves some kind of new critter. Let's get it on the slab. And if it is our friend Troublemaker, we'll put it out of its misery. Despite losing a member and being low on stamina, the troop shuttle is going to keep following in the footsteps of Symes. After this mission, this team will be combat ineffective until we get them some rest. They will be affected by either tiredness or full exhaustion, and we have no way of replenishing stamina without going back to Australia. We have just opened up the Symes Memorial Base in the very tip of South America, which can also now let us reach Antarctica. So if we need to, we could run back there, but I'm thinking I'm going to send down an A-team to finish off one of the other missions here. But ultimately, I think we're pretty close to being able to finish the campaign itself. I just have to pledge allegiance to a faction. Or I could just go all in and mutually assured destruction the world. But that will become apparent soon, what we're going to do. We've pretty much left the disciples of Anu to fend for themselves. This playthrough, I wasn't really vibing the whole embrace the virus thing. Terror from the Void is a whole lot more grim. And the Void has much more of an effect on, you know, the playthrough itself and the Lovecraftian horror elements. Made me less inclined to want to embrace the virus, to be honest. I'm not keen on growing a tentacle.
Like the wind.
But each to their own, I guess.
Let's rock.
I mean, eventually I want to see all of the endings. I've seen one of the Cmdr endings, and that's it. big shot there with the virus rifle as the team moves up, and you might have noticed that one of our berserkers has no armor because I forgot to give him armor, and holy shit, he just had his arms, both arms and his head hit with a frag grenade, and he's now combat ineffective, if not close to death. Alright, a couple of Chirons and a venomous Myrmidon. Dangerous duo there. Right, nothing too major. Killer Instinct has been activated, which means we get a free action with our Berserker here. I had two of them.
Channel open.
Well, one is actually a heavy with no armor and no arms and no head, but he can wield a sword.
I'm prepared.
It's no good though. He's pretty crippled. Now the Acid Myrmidon will explode if we hit it with the Deceptor. The Venomous Myrmidon, I think, is far enough away. Nope, it was too close. And now we are super poisoned.
I'll be okay.
Fortunately, it didn't kill us. But now we have to contend with this acid one. We could clobber it with the hammer. It's dazed for one turn. I think it can still attack just once. We could come over here and smack this Arthurian. Very powerful. I regret not grooming up a Berserker earlier. It's too much. It's too late now to try and get one up to the standard of the rest of our teams. We certainly did concentrate on conventional warfare and vehicles this playthrough. I was always short on resources, but that's like how I like to play. I feel like if you've got resources in the bank, they're being wasted if they're not being used. Dino, my man. He's been around since the start. He's seen a few combat actions. No hope of crippling this thing. We're just going to have to blow it up, I think.
Ready to fire.
I'm not sure how much acid Doom Guy is about to eat. It seems like a lot.
Arms online.
And I can't move him.
What's our plan?
So perhaps we should leave it alive just for this turn. This guy just needs to evac. Just goes to show how much you need armor. One frag grenade put him out of action.
What are we doing? Ready?
Want to heal him at least.
Let's show him what we can do.
Yep. Well and truly messed up. Fortunately, this is a pretty low pressure mission. Should I go for the legs? Burrowing legs. Is that like the stability stance? Alright, we have the starter autocannon with Valeria. Three good hits, but it doesn't have great damage.
Preparing to fire.
Sneaking that heavy machine gun fire between the trees. Doom Guy has a crippled leg. Alright, here come the worms. No, that other one hasn't seen us yet. That one has, but now it ceases to exist. Alright, we've had a panic due to the virus. Geez, I don't think we can get far enough away without using all of our actions, but due to the crippled leg, Doom Guy doesn't have great mobility, aside from his jetpack. Doom Gal is much more experienced.
Can I do this?
Despite that, we're just throwing him into the fray. Try and daze this thing. Hardly any damage. But we have our Berserker here. And that little nudge was enough to get him into attack range. Let's go. Alright, he's dazed. Move away. Furiosa will panic next turn unless we get rid of that virus, but we can't.
What's our move?
Unless we recover. We have enough strength to just bash these worms. Just enough.
I'm repositioning.
I guess we could try to jump closer, but we're just going to panic next turn. But they are my heavies, so let's put some pressure on the Pandorans.
Targeting.
And draw the fire away from our lighter troops.
Nice.
Hunkering down in the Guardian armor. I think that's what it's called. The Raider armor. We're very heavy heavies. We got all the heavies. Acid Myrmidon exploded. There's one less Pandoran to deal with this turn as one of the Arthrans panics. The second Chiron has now seen us and launches his payload of fiery worms at us. Oh no! No, 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 no. Stay away. Alright, we're panicked and we're very low on health. We don't want to lose 2 in 2 missions. Alright, Albert. I think you're going to have to help us out here, mate. That big hammer needs to get to work. It's going to have to be 2 hits.
Repositioning.
I think it's best if we stun this thing to take it out of this round. And then I guess we'll use the pistol. Alright, that will die from bleeding. The Arthran is stunned, but he may still get a turn with his pincer against Furiosa. Oh no, that used 2 actions. We need to use the Slam Strike shotgun. A little bit far away to be effective. We have 2 enemies dazed. That is good. But we still, I think, need to heal Furiosa before the next turn starts. Squishing all the worms. We could kill and run, and then perhaps just kill. And I believe the other one that's on the map is panicked. So we should be safe this turn, apart from the Chiron and its payload of worms.
One less to worry about.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if we just move in to grab the objective.
I can make a difference.
On the double.
We will have more worms slam down near us next turn, but we will be ready for them. Ah, there's something here. What is that? Is that the myrmidon that exploded? It is.
Moving fast.
Alright, you just hang out the back, mate. You've done enough. Killer instinct has been activated by the worm proximity, I think. So let's smash this Arthur into death. And then we can sprint towards the Chiron. Or we could use this guy to take out worms. I think everyone should take out the targets of opportunity first. We have grabbed the objective.
Let's make. Acquiring targets.
No luck there.
Standing by.
I guess let's just charge. And again.
It's hard to shoot like this.
Channel open.
Dino can follow up. Take a shot. Not much damage. Let's jump over it. Despite the crippled leg, we can cross that ground with the jetpack.
I'm ready.
Mario has finally recovered from his early virus bout.
Running.
Get him over to make some use of him next turn. I think we just have to take out the Chiron, and then we're done here.
What's our move? On the double.
Return fire from Doom Guy, doing a little bit of damage. No stun. 2 more shots like that will be good.
Not a kill.
Alright, Albert is out of willpower, so he'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Mario, we might get you to shoot the worm. Alright, it's down. Yep, it worked. Worm down.
Ready? Ish.
Squish this worm.
What's the plan?
What's our plan?
And Dino, we get you over here and you should be able to finish him.
Acquiring target. Enemy hit.
What's our move?
And then spray. Bit of stray ammunition hitting our friend Dino. There was one left hidden on the other side of the map. We'll just kill him, and it should be done.
It's hard to
Now we can uncover exactly what Symes was up to.
I'm running out of time. I have my answer, but it's not what I wanted. The antediluvians. They were like us. Then, the Pandora virus came. It destroyed everything. In the end, they found a solution, but at a terrible cost. They created a weapon, the virophage, that destroyed the Pandora virus and themselves. A whole civilization lost to give us a chance. And we wasted it. All this for nothing. This is where it ends. I keep thinking maybe we are all children of the Pandora virus. But the sphere, my God, the sphere.
It would appear that the entire Symes expedition perished in the Antarctic, most likely overwhelmed by Pandoran forces as they tried to retrieve a mysterious metallic sphere. So Randolph was right after all. Alina and I were with him when he started his crazy trip. The how and the why of it is a long story. I suppose he was more interested in Olena's abilities and worth to the project than in yours truly. Symes wanted me out of the expedition. He hoped to return to Phoenix Point with a blueprint for a cure, and he wanted me to help him make it. When it was you who arrived and without a shimmering blue vial, I admit I was disappointed. Not so Oppa Alistair. He didn't put much stake in what Symes was doing. Well, why didn't you tell me that's what you were expecting? Why did I have to research so much for you to tell me that? The captured Revenant can be researched. Our former friend, Troublemaker. We should make that a priority, and then we will research the Ugothian entity.
Research complete.
There is no room for doubt. This creature is, or used to be, one of our operatives. What has been done to our friend and how, I would rather not try to imagine it. I wanted to hope there was no shred of consciousness of the former self left in this monstrosity, but I swear it could recognize me. There is nothing we can do now for our comrade, and I'm afraid that killing it won't provide any release. We might encounter it again and again. The Pandorans splice and clone their victims without mercy. And so it seems that Troublemaker really has been taken from us in every way. The troop shuttle's pretty much finished all it can do down here. We might stay and rest up once the living quarters are finished, but then we will move back to Australia. The capture crew have been doing haven defenses due to their quick response module on their aircraft. Not really worth showing you, but this is our larder as of the present moment. We have a Siren and a Scylla. They've been vivisected. I guess I could cut them up for meat, or I could keep them as a trophy. Now that we're close to aligned with New Jericho, I am going all in with Tobias. We are going to choose the military option, and that means that we need to take as many of the New Jericho researchers as we can to help their war effort. The behemoth has arrived. It's time to scramble the fighters. Heading to Somalia. We have 3 close by. The rest will follow shortly. Splash 1 alien flyer. Okay, now we are aligned with New Jericho. We've gained access to their best technology, but we're not quite allied. We need a little bit more work. Phoenix Avionics needs a mist repeller. All the most important bases have those. We now have the answers we need to, and the methods to search for these precursor artifacts. So we need an archaeology lab. We've taken away one of our fabrication plants at the main base, Phoenix, Australia, and we will exchange it for a lab. We have but a few secondary objectives left. Catch the runner. We need to catch the specimen that escaped from the base in Australia that we did early in the campaign. I think Favor for a Friend. We took down specimen 1, but this was the second specimen of the Acheron that escaped, and it is the reason why the oniric delirium is spreading so rapidly, apparently. Capture crew has arrived at the location. We brought with us the 2 ladies from the Nestbuster team to assist with this capture. The acquisition spider, its job will be to find the Acheron and blast it down every turn. The Acheron has resistance to paralyzation, so if I use a weapon with high amounts of paralyzation, we can overcome that. Taking down the Chiron so it can't fire worms at us would also be a good move. And there is a whole room full of Pandorans here. Let's try and take the floor out. Light grenade launcher. Nightcat's favorite weapon, blasting the floor. 2 of the Pandorans have fallen through and damaged their legs, but 1 still remains up here. Let's fire another grenade and try and knock them all down together. That was a miss, but fortunately the Nestbusters have grenade launchers for days. We could shoot this one to death. Shoot his arm off. Not a bad shot here. Poison head destroyed. Doomgal could jump up there and shotgun blast. Oh, he did fall down one level, but not the 2 levels. Whereas the other Pandorans fell down all the way. We could fix that. Most assuredly. And it died. Hunkering down.
Ready?
Oh, I can't change weapons once I've hunkered down, so we won't have return fire with Doomgal next turn. That sucks. Make sure you have your weapon selected before you hunker down. Alright, we have a sniper here. Is it? No. It's a new Jericho rifle. I could set up some kind of crazy Overwatch trap for those 2 guys in the building.
Finger on the trigger.
Or we could just shoot through the building.
I'll be right there. Target located.
It's a shame the double Overwatch can't be split between targets. All 3 of them are just stacked up on top of each other. I thought I'd killed one of them, but I must have just shot his shield off. Let's Overwatch trap them. There are 3 targets. Let's try and set it so there's no obstacles. Deadeye. I think we might need to follow suit.
Operative on the move.
Just completely cover that building. Let's see what happens now. That sounded like a frenzy. It was a frenzy. Here comes the siren. Giant stream of mist covering the entire map now. So that didn't stop Deadeye. Kill shot. Finishing off the target. Arthur Dragon charging towards the spider. Minuscule damage. Here comes the maniac. Oh! Overwatch shots over Doomgal's head, managing to take out the arm of that Arthurian. No longer a threat. Oh no, one of our snipers has had both of her arms crippled. Oh, we're standing in the mist, so we are exposed to them.
Guess it's my turn.
Wow. She got completely caned. Almost dying. Will die if she doesn't do something.
Preparing to fire.
Targets are all lined up. Taking the front one down, damaging the second. Finish this one off. Try and avoid the mist, get into some cover.
The body is an instrument.
Kill shot, you are in trouble. If you don't move, you will die. Goose needs to give some medical aid here, and then she needs to get inside the spider. She will recover more health and willpower, but unfortunately we cannot restore those limbs.
Receiving loud and clear.
So she is done for today. But having an ambulance there is pretty handy.
Let's show 'em what we can do.
Warbird. Our assault needs to come over here and provide some fire support for the sniper team. We could finish this one off with certainty.
Is that really the best they can do?
But then we have the maniac there. and a dramatic shortage of
For an
actions.
angle.
We could hit him in the leg, but there isn't much showing. This one here needs to get hit, the sniper. In the torso, now calling reinforcements. We also didn't bring a technician with us. I didn't feel like I needed it. There was no one available at short notice. Alright, Maniac is paralyzed. Let's go for the Acheron. Oh, 2 turns and it'll be captured. Easily done. But here come those reinforcements. And we still have that siren screaming like a maniac behind the wall. Here she comes. Target-rich environment. Dragon going for the spider. And we're about to have more mist. 25% of the map is now covered with mist. Doomgal's delirium is really starting to stack up. And we've lost a sniper rifle. It's been blown out of his hands. Better than his hands being blown off his body. But that will cost us. We might have to go and get Killshot's weapon off them. We could just run this thing over. Poison up this guy. That works well. A little bit of blast damage. Let's secure our target. Alright, that is captured. We could hit the siren as well. Oh no, we're out of actions because I moved. So sad.
I'm prepared.
Now this spider also has a stim cloud, so we could give actions to our team if things became dire. Hitting that Chiron early meant that we don't have to deal with worms either, which is very, very nice.
Proceeding.
The Banshee. We will just have to go for the head and hope for the overshot. Do a bit of damage to the Acheron. The torso provides the most damage. Warbird with the aimed burst. Going for the siren. Doomgal still standing in the mist. We do need to get you out of that.
Up a shot.
But it means we won't be able to shoot.
Let's do this.
We could launch a rocket just to finish off this siren here. I don't care about collateral damage to the Acheron. Knocking down a tree. Yeah, so she's fully healed almost, but has no arms, so cannot fight. Killshot, you must stay in the ambulance. It was sad that we've lost our first soldier, but these things happen in war. And I dare say it would have happened earlier if we didn't use so many vehicles. The vehicles have drawn a lot of fire away from our operatives, and they provide us a place to hide when we do have a critical incident.
Comms online.
I am
I'm
going
prepared.
to put you out.
Ready for action.
Come over here and take Killshot's weapon.
Ready.
Killshot, hand it over. Alright. Yeah, we lost the Jericho sniper rifle, so you're going to have to take Killshot's weapon. So we can do an overwatch.
Covering.
And then Killshot, you need to mount up.
Receiving.
Alright, that's it. acid bug. Sniper's stepping out into the open and hitting Nightcat in the left ear with a round.
Succeeded.
Go away. Okay, because it's captured, we just have to kill the rest of the enemies, so let's get to that action.
Confirming target.
Disarmed. We shoot the Chiron and take that home too. And have worm foie gras for dinner. Can we hit this one? No. Out of line of sight. Let's just hit the sniper. We hit the weapon.
What's the plan?
Nightcat's headshot has drastically decreased her willpower. Take a shot here at the sniper. Oh wait, this thing still needs to die.
Not a kill.
Standing by.
Goose is out of actions. No, Goose is fine. Deadeye's out of actions. Let's get this thing. Make this a shore capture.
Ready to fire. How does that taste?
Captured.
Identifying
One more enemy.
target.
This guy. He's pretty heavily armored though. Let's just overwatch him. Warbird could come around and finish him.
Ready to fire.
Better to shoot at the sniper. Now, Doomgal, you need to deal with this acid Myrmidon. But sending you right into the fight might be a bit
Already
dangerous.
there.
So pull back. Heal Deadeye. Just so we're ready to fight again if another Haven defense or something pops up with this team. I've been using them to prop up my resources, capturing things on easy missions.
I think that's broken.
Deadeye has a broken leg from the acid Myrmidon. Again, I think we should capture it to stop it from exploding.
Not a kill. Not a kill.
Capturing them is so much easier than killing them most of the time. Another successful mission. Specimen 2 on lockdown. The Acheron you captured prior to its escape had been infected with an rDNA virus that was designed to turn its unique chemistry into generating zeta blockers capable of countering effects of oniric delirium. The DNA recombination was successful only with this specimen, a unique feature in the genetic makeup of the particular human individual from which this Acheron was spliced. You must study it. You have been a good friend to me. Not only have you done as I asked, but you have refrained from exposing my unfortunate mishap. I know you understand I acted selfishly and for the greater good. As an expression of my gratitude, I have adjusted Cmdr's point of view towards you. Okay. What does that give us? Not much. Anyway, this was Phoenix Point's Terror from the Void. We've had some major changes. We've hit a roadblock. We now have to fight the corpse of one of our friends. Can we see it through to the end? And who will we side with? The answer, of course, is New Jericho. Commander Tyrael, out.
Research complete.